Um, Good morning, everyone, and happy New Year to us all. This morning I'll be deploying a smart contract on Zenchain Quest. The smart contract accounts for about 500 SP, so it's not a tax that you wouldn't want to do. It accounts for one of the highest XP. So Zenchain raised over $223 million. So it's a very big airdrop and it's kind of underfarmed. So for you to deploy this smart contract, you need an Ethereum wallet, Zenchain network, gas fees. Normally, it will even switch to that network for you if you've gotten started on the quest already. And um, I'll proceed by going to the site. I'll drop the link to this document underneath the video. So don't worry, you follow this guide exactly the way I'm following it this way. So you can deploy this smart contract on your phone, on your tab, on your laptop, but I'm using a cell phone because I know um, a smartphone because a vast majority of us use phones for our task. So I'll be proceeding immediately by I'll set up Remix IDE by following this site. So I advise you can decide to put your phone on landscape mode so that you'll be able to access every corner of the screen because it's usually not easy navigating these stuffs using the phone. So I'll be putting my phone on landscape mode. Now that I'm on landscape mode, I'll go back to the tutorial and I'll follow the next step. The next step is for me to, in the left hand file explorer panel, create a file named hello.sol. So I'll copy this. Having copied this, I'll go and paste it here. Hello world.sol. So I'll be pasting it here. So it will open for me a folder whereby I will be imputing the next step. Paste the following solidity code into the file. I'll copy the solidity code, copy. I'll now paste it here. I'll come to this place and paste the solidity code. So having pasted the solidity code, I'll go to the next step. Let me minimize the screen. So having pasted this, I'll go to the next step. The next step will be for me, they ask that I compile the smart contract. So following this guide now, I'll go to contracts. I'll go to this particular place. Select in the hello world file in the Remix file explorer next to the sidebar on the left side of the screen. Select the hello world file. I'll select the hello world file. So now I'm on the hello world file. I've selected it. So I'll now come to this in the left hand sidebar, click the Solidity compiler icon. The Solidity compiler icon is this that they've given here. So I'll come to this place and click on the Solidity compiler icon. So I've clicked on the Solidity compiler icon. The next step is for me to click advanced configuration and change this place to Shanghai. So I'll click advanced configuration and change this EVM version to Shanghai. So advanced configuration, EVM version, I'm changing it to Shanghai. So now having changed the EVM version to Shanghai, is there any other thing that we are asked to do? So I will now compile hello world soul. So I'll click on that compile hello world soul. So I've compiled hello world soul. I'll go to the next step. The next step is for me to come to they said make sure your Ethereum wallet is connected to the Zenchain network. In the left hand sidebar, click the deploy and run transaction plugin. looks like an Ethereum diamond. Under the environment, select injected provider. So it's just for us to come to this place and do these two things that they asked us to do here. So I'll come to this place. I'll come to this place, the Ethereum logo. I'm clicking on this Ethereum logo. I'll change this place to injected Metamask. I change it to injected Metamask. So I'll have to I've confirmed the transaction and I've changed to that. Then I will now click on deploy. Now, as you can see, I will now click on deploy. I will deploy now by going by the next step that is here. The next step is for me to click on deploy. So I'll be clicking on deploy now. I'll click on deploy. So I'll deploy. So I've deployed. On deploying, upon deploying, you would have to pay gas fee, and that was the reason why we we were asked to get a gas fee from the faucet. So this is it. I've deployed. Now the next step. Let me go to the next step. Now the next step will be that. Let me open this thing. Once deployed your contract under the deploy menu section of the deploy transaction panel, expand it to see message variable. Click the blue message button to read stored message. Should display hello world in the remix console. So this is just some kind of confirmation. This is just some kind of confirmation. So let me go and do that confirmation. So they said I should click on message. Is it on this panel? No, I don't think so. So I'll click on the once deployed, your contract will appear under deployed on pinned contract select section or deploy and run transaction panel. Expand the message variable. So I'll come to this place and click deploy contracts. So under they said under the interact with the smart contract. Okay, they said under the once deployed, your contract will appear under the deployed smart deploy slash unpinned contract section of the deploy and run transaction panel. Deploy and run transaction panel. Deploy and run. So here's the deploy and run transaction panel. This should be it. Okay, deploy and run. This should be the place. See it under message. Okay, now if we come to this place, we'll see deploy and run transaction panel. This should be the place. We'll see message. Okay, this is it. This was the message that we were supposed to see before. Then if you come to this place, so they said we pinned or this thing. So we'll come to this logo that look like a pinned icon here. So we'll come to this place and look for that logo. So this logo, we'll click on it. Click on it, deploy and run transaction panel. It doesn't seem to bring that logo. It doesn't seem to bring that logo, but anyways, the idea is that you've already run the transaction. Deploy and run transaction panel. Okay, this is the deploy and run transaction panel. So when you click on it, you should be able to see it's not really bringing it, but I think we've been able to successfully deploy this transaction. Deploy and run transaction panel. This is it now, but why is it not showing us? But the idea is that if you go to your MetaMask, you see that okay, this is the deploy contract. Look at it here. Theirs was showing at the top, while ours theirs was showing at the top, while ours is showing at, underneath. So this is it. This is the this is the deployed contract. So now there's another task under that Zenchain whereby you need to like go and copy the transaction message that you were sent. That is the transaction ID. It's the transaction ID of this deployed contract that you'll be using to paste to complete the quest. So now I'll go to my MetaMask and click transaction on that transaction. um I'll copy the transaction ID and go and paste it. It's also the same thing that you use when you are sending any let's say you are sending any token to somebody. You can send the transaction ID so that the person will be able to go and check it on the blockchain. But in this case, we use it to complete this quest. So I'll click on this place, confirmed transaction. I'll click the transaction ID and I'll go to my Zenchain and go and use it to complete the task. So let me proceed to the Zenchain quest. Okay, this is the wait list. Let me go to the quest itself. Don't worry, all these links will be provided for you underneath the video, the description. So don't worry, you get everything.